Bird of Prey 5. El Karuga. Kapla. Kapla.
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Garuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird of Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Bird of Prey 5, Kapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Monday, January 1st, 2024, New Year's Day, 2024. Oh my God, 2024. For someone who grew up writing dates in the 90s, even the 80s, I remember the change. I remember the change of going from 80s to 90s and thinking, how the hell am I ever going to remember? And then going from 00, or going from 99 to 00 to 01. Like, how will I ever remember 01? And then what a tragic year it was, because as we all know, we hit something like, holy shit, how will I ever forget 01? But with time, 20 years or so, even that did fade. But what an unmitigated disaster has my life been these past 15 years. If I could trade them back, like some type of poker game where you get 15 cards to reshuffle the deck, I think I would go ahead and say, yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna reshuffle these 15 cards. In fact, let's reshuffle everybody's deck for the last 15 or so years. I think we all could do. We all might have a better chance at the only one possibly would be Nephew O'Prey, because he's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I just don't think I could sell Sis O'Prey on leaving it up to chance again.
Yep. One more.
John Aragi with a 7-month member chat, friend of Karoga, says, "Hail Karoga." Thank you, John Araki. And then John Araki with a 99-cent super poop super sticker.
Indications negative at this time.
Got some eyebrow Dax. But I promise you, when it did come through the first time, it was in fact kissing Dax.
Scanning. Indications negative at this time.
Not right now. And then Pop Culture Curator. Pop Culture Curator with his 29-month Karogan Orphan super chat. Says, Kapla, Bird of Prey 5. Hope you are feeling well. Thank you, Pop Culture Curator. I would say, there's your super chat. I would say I'm feeling better than I had been. Not good, not great, but better than I have been. 47 Yorktown, first, and he says first of 2024. Yes, 47 Yorktown, first person in the chat of 2024. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello and Kapla. Hail Karoga. Hail Karoga. The Traveler says, what year is it? It's 2024. John Meyer says, happy bird year. Happy bird year, John Meyer. John DeMarco says, happy new year to all. Indeed. A happy new year to all. Richie Poole is, I don't know, fifth in the chat, sixth in the chat with 6 unique alpacas. 6 unique alpacas that look exactly the same. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, Brother Warrior. Happy New Year to all of the Bird of Prey 5 family. Thank you, Bill. And Jedi Bill says, and all should hail Karoga. Absolutely. Resolute Germ says hello. Hello, Resolute. Mike Richards is greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. DJ Play Nice is in the house, rocking it out, and says, wee. Welcome, DJ Play Nice. Pop Culture Curator says, hello, guys. Hello, Pop. Mr. Londell's Groovy Movies says, Kapla. Kapla, Mr. Londell. Batleth to the fucking face. That's for Mr. Londell. Yvette says, good evening, Bird, and everyone. Good evening to the lovely Yvette. DJ Play Nice says he's pointing at PCC, I guess, Pop Culture Curator. Jedi Bill says, happy New Year, Resolute Germ, and everyone here. Mr. Londell's Ruby's Movies says, Anno Domani 2024. 47 Yorktown Says, Happy New Year, young sir, and some fireworks. Thank you, 47 Yorktown. Yes, there was plenty of fireworks around, in and around the kingdom of Karoga last night in my local vicinity. A lot of fireworks. I woke up. I was asleep. I was dead asleep at midnight. But goddamn, did they light off some type of explosive in the general vicinity. It literally, it woke me up. I had the ventilator on. I had oxygen concentrator on. I had the television on. I had all sorts of things making noises on. And this ba-boom went and woke me up. And luckily, Mama Frey did not wake up from that ba-boom, but I did. I looked around, I jalojed, and I went back to sleep. Didn't wake up again for another 2.5 hours. The Traveler, and it all jumped. The Traveler says, Happy New Year's, everyone. Resolute Germs says, hey to Jedi, Happy New Year. Last on the case is Kafla Bird and the Oprays. Hail to the chat. Hail to the chat. Mike Richards says, we could call it the bird timeline. Jedi Bill says, please hit the like button and share out this stream. Thank you, Bill. Resolute Germs is just think of it as the 15 years of crap is the price you paid for Nephew Opry. Oof. Todd Jennings says, hail Karoga. Hail Bertle Playfly. Todd Jennings, I hope you're feeling well. I hope you are. Can you get it, Mom? Yeah. Okay. I hope you're getting over your COVID. Pleasant Valley Picker says, Kafla Bird. Happy New Year to everyone. Happy New Year to you, Pleasant Valley Picker, Canada. Kronos says, Kafla World. Hey, Kronos. Kafla, Kronos. It's good to see you. Captain, Fandom Nerd. Captain, I am so sorry, Captain. I missed your birthday. Happy birthday. I do. I'm going to sing it to you right now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Captain Fandom Nerd. Happy birthday to you. And many more. Yay. I am trying my hardest, Captain, to smack my hands. But I believe my software is fighting against you being able to hear it. But trust me, I was clapping quite loud. I was clapping quite loud. And again, happy birthday. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says, Kafla, Berto Pray 5. Kafla, executive producer Saul Leibowitz. Yvette, the lovely Yvette, says, Kissing Dax 2024. Hands crossed. What is you?
Captain's
And
Log,
Yvette
target
gets,
7414.1.
oh no.
Our best estimates place us
she
some
gets
4
William
hours from
Shatner
Earth.
slapping himself across his face. Let's try it again. And again, she gets Shatner. This time, in his famous performance, yelling, Khan! Con. Oh my God. It was a nice try, Yvette. It was a nice try. You know what? An unprecedented third try for Yvette. Again. Kronos is pray for Deej Day. Deej, yeah, for those of you who don't know, Deej is ill. Deej recently out of the emergency room. He quite ill, you know, some sort of respiratory virus, probably, or infection. I'm not exactly sure which, but he, you know, cold. It's that time of year. Could be anything, and he needs some help, some best wishes, some prayers, and he needs to feel well soon. So please, if you know a prayer or you're a religious person, please send what you can his way. And if you're not a religious person, then you just, you know, send positive thoughts, whatever you can send. I'm sure he will accept. If you're one of those people who thinks crystals can be used to harness the power of the earth to get people better, then go ahead and figure out what type of crystal Deej needs. And I don't mean that in any, you know, offensive way, as I've pretty sure I've kind of explained to you guys that I'm one of those people that believes maybe not crystals, but vortexes for sure could be used. And I explained my Sedona story. You say that, Mama Frey. Did you say you have something to say?
Oh, no,
Oh.
I'm getting up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
What he says, Happy New Year, everybody. It's a good spirit.
My uncle O'Prey says Happy New Year to everybody and is in good spirits. Kronos says hey to Yvette and hey to Saul. Yvette says hey to the slug. John Aragi, hashtag Kroners. DJ Play Nice. Kronos? Yes. Yes, that is the famous Kroners. Kronos says hey to John, hey to Play Nice. Pop Culture Curator says hail to DJ Play Nice. The other Deej. Kronos is other Deej. Kronos says Merry New Year. DJ Play Nice gives a thumbs up. Jedi Bill says hello, brother warrior. To Kronos. Happy 24. Kronos says hey to brother warrior back. Pop Culture Curator says hello there, Kronos. Sci-Fi Nation. Kapla Sci-Fi Nation. Says greetings, Bird O'Prey 5, Mom O'Prey, Sassy O'Prey, and fellow nerds. All hail glorious Karoga. And of course, the God Emperor, Bird O'Prey 5. Kapla Sci-Fi Nation. I was so happy to hear the other day that your wife is back home with you, although I am sorry to hear that, you know, some of the things that need to be done, but, you know, everybody's there, everybody's home again, together, one day at a time, That's how you will get through this one day at a time. Finity the Avenger, aka Captain Finity, says Captain Finity raid. Kapla, Captain Finity. I was there at your stream. So you and Sci-Fi Nation streaming a few minutes ago. Thank you. Thank you for exiting via the Verto Pray 5 channel. Resolute Germ says, happy belated birthday to Captain. Absolutely. Captain Phantom Nerd. Just what terrible timing, unfortunate timing for your birthday to be during Christmas on a year where everybody was sick on Christmas. John Araki says, it's my birthday and I didn't get a song. Oh, you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear John Araki. Happy birthday to you. And kissing Dax. Oh, look at that timing. I couldn't have timed that better if I wasn't a fucking professional. Wow. Kissing Dax right there at the end of the John Araki birthday song. It doesn't get any better than that, guys. It doesn't get any better than that. Happy birthday, John. And enjoy that space lesbian, hot, steamy goodness that we know as kissing Dax. Well, you got a song now. You got a song now. Finity says, represent yourself. Resolute says, hey to Kronos. Jedi Veil says, hello to Sci-Fi Nation. Kronos says, who is smacking? Considering I'm the only one on microphone, Kronos, I would assume it's me. Captain Phantom Nerd says, Vertebrae 5, thank you. I am happy you did. You are welcome. I'm happy you were here. Finity says, I'm representing my interests. That's always something good to represent. Sci-Fi Nation says, hey to Bill. Kronos says TMI. And hey to Mom Opray, says Kronos. Sci-Fi Nation says, hey to Kronos. Kronos says, those are fake slappies. No, those were real slaps. Kronos says, Khan. Kronos says, Deej has pneumonia. Knee. Monia. Interesting. John Aragi says, Deej contracted monkeypox. Oh no. Don't take Deej on the Oregon Trail. I don't expect he will survive. Be careful of dysentery. Jedi Bill says hello and Happy New Year to Captain Phantom Nerd. Finity gives some prayers for Deej. Schwario, Kapla Schwario, says Kapla Berto Bray 5. Happy New Year. Hope you and the family are doing well today. Thank you, Schwario. Kronos says Deej also Deej needs some hello nurses. Chrono says, hey to Schwario. And Chrono says, crystal skulls? No, no crystal skull. Do not, why would you even want to upset me? Substance D, says Kapla. Kapla, Substance D. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says seeing Kirk slap himself makes me ask, is slapping the captain a new euphemism for spanking the monkey? Maybe. We'll ask. Chronos says, hey to Substance D. Chronos says, Bird loves the crystal skull. That's not exactly true. And Chrono Shell's mom, Todd Jenny says, I'm fighting whooping cough like it fits from the COVID. Ooh. Chrono says, I'm not going to be DJ's nurse. Sci-Fi Nation with an 18-month friend of Karoga super chat says, I think this month was gifted to me. Thank you, whomever it was. Things are tight right now. Can't work due to taking care of the missus full time. Absolutely, Sci-Fi Nation. You don't have to thank. Well, I mean, the thankses were given already. May have been Sci-Fi LDG. It may have been John Araki. It may have been Jedi Bill. Not 100% sure how your most recent membership status came to be, but there are more important things, and your wife is certainly more important than my YouTube channel. And Mama Pray, I'll go into it later. She is home again. Jenny says, I am fighting. Oh my God, I read that. Kronos says, I would like a hot butt. Kronos, how do you know you don't have one? I mean, I don't volunteer that. I don't judge that. But how do you know you don't? Kronos says, is Deej actually back home? Yes, Deej is back home. Todd Jenny says, Better Pray 5, I have left you many snapshots on Steam of the Bird Tower 2. It's glorious and killed 2 NPC ships in battle tests. That's awesome. And Kronos. Jedi Bill gifted 5 Friends of Karoga memberships. Thank you so much, Jedi Bill. Who do we have becoming members? Kronos, Jeff B, executive producer Saul Leibowitz, Rogan, and Taylor Swift, greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU have become 5 latest members. Thank you, Jedi Bill. Kronos says we care about our commies. Kronos says fandom aged, more singing, unsubbing. John is older as well, says Kronos. John Araki says, thanks for the song, Bird. the big 40. Congratulations, John Araki. Congratulations. I don't know if it's like this in your family or not. At age 40, I was still getting gifts from my aunts and uncles. But for 41, they stopped. Just cold turkey, completely stopped. All my aunts and all my uncles, granted there's 2 of them, but they both stopped at the same time. I don't know if they talked about it or what. I doubt it. I think it was just the way it was expected. Like, hey, he's my youngest niece or nephew. He's my youngest nephew and only nephew. Yeah, the youngest of all the nieces and nephews. Well, at least on my side of the family. And I don't think they wanted to necessarily stop giving at all, but at some point it just becomes ridiculous. So at 40, you're like, well, I want to be there for the 40, but 41, like, no, that's just stupid. And 42 and 43 was COVID, and it just goodbye, nothing. However, after COVID and wanting a reason to come by again, then it restarted. So I don't know. But then this year, nothing again, which is fine. I'm just saying it gets a hell of a lot more. It gets a hell of a lot more inconsistent once you hit 40. Chrono says ha. Yvette says woohoo to John. Chrono says gay gals. Sci-Fi Nation says I'd like to be in the middle of that DAC switch. We all wish we could be. Sci-Fi Nation. Kronos is lolling. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says kissing Dax is the perfect Christmas or birthday gift. Cody Guy is waving. Kronos says, Sci-Fi, you're married. But Sci-Fi Nation says she approves. That's wonderful. See, Kronos, why are you trying to cause a problem? Kronos says, I'll take that sandwich for you. He wants his sandwich. Todd Jenny says, Con makes me think of the parody song, City Alpha 5. John Araki says, the only thing better than kissing Dax on your birthday is the first Dax of the year, which would be hitting the Powerball tonight. I've got to order some Powerball back. Let me do it. Let me do it right now. I want to find out that I didn't win the lottery because I forgot to order tickets. So I'm going to my Jack Pocket app. Powerball, $810 million. I'm gonna just do a quick pick, $6. Three tickets. It's something. It'll work. And confirm, yes. Order successful, done, and that's it. That's it. All that's just pass. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Now the problem is you can't use Jack Pocket in every state. It's only in some states, but it's I mean, if you're in New York, that's good. I believe it works in New Jersey too. And here's the thing. Here's the link. That's the link for Jack Pocket. If you are interested, it's an affiliate link. So if you subscribe to it via that link, I get some extra money in my account, and you get some extra money in your account as well. So if you're at all interested in using Jack Pocket to buy lottery tickets, including Powerball, Mega Millions, and whatever other state options you might have, try it out. Um, how did I? Oh, I've been reading the comments from the wrong side of the screen this time. So yes, John Araki will be hitting Powerball tonight. Kronos' Karoga is on City Alpha 5. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, man, I remember 2023 like it was yesterday. Wah, 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 wah. Very good, Gorilla. Kronos says hey to Gorilla. He says hey to Kronos. Kronos says, I can't spell the infection's real name. Gorilla says happy birthday to Captain. Yvette says happy New Year, Jordan and family. Mike Richards says it's pneumonia. PHEUMONIA. Pneumonia, not old pneumonia, and not pneumonia. Bruno says, that's it. Thanks to Mike. Thank you, Mike Richards. Apparently, Mike Richards, both official package inspector and spelling enforcement officer. Spelling enforcement officer. Thank you. Pulling double duty here in Karoga. There'll be an extra level on your house tonight. Miss Londell's Groovy Movies says, no crystal skulls. How about a Dial of Destiny instead? How about no? How about no? They're both garbage. Chronos says, hey to Londell. And Chronos says, I won't see Dial. Chronos says, unless I'm a super duper, unless you're a super duper drunk. Chronos, I'm pretty sure you are a super duper drunk. I think that's been established already. Chronos is putting on the read. Yvette says, don't forget to lick the like button if you are enjoying yourself. Chronos is ripped to Gene Wilder. Jedi Bill Thank you, Jedi Bill, for your incoming member storm. And there was Jedi Bill's official gift of 5 memberships. Kronos was gifted. Kronos was the first to get the gift of membership today. Kronos says, I cannot lie. Sci-Fi Nation says, awesome, Bill. Kronos says, thanks to Bill. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, you too, to Yvette. Kronos says, Merry New Year, and puts in a bunch of Mamo Pray emojis. And Kronos yells, I have the power. Sure you do, Kronos. Executive Producer Saul Leibowitz says, thank you to Jedi Bill. Mike Richards says, uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Gorilla's Random Thoughts says, happy birthday to John. Kronos says, is everyone having a birthday? It would appear so. Kronos says, I'm having a very happy unbirthday to him. It is Kronos's unbirthday, which is, of course, every other day. Every other day that's not your birthday is your unbirthday. It's not like 6 months away. Now that's your half birthday. This is literally any day that's not your birthday is your unbirthday. Jedi Bills is brother and sister warriors. Welcome to the great land of Karoga. You are welcome. LDG says maybe they lost at Up's Bird. Oh, Karoga just mines with orphan miners. Kronos says, hey to Pickles. Kronos says, Bird is a UPS driver with his Jeep. No, I considered being a UPS driver, but to be honest, I don't think I could have been as lazy. It's no, you see, they're union, and as a way of making sure they didn't do too much work, like our UPS driver would literally find buildings that they didn't mind if he would just pull the UPS truck up into their loading station in the back, and then he would just fall asleep on top of the boxes in his truck. He'd nap for 30, 40 minutes a day at each building he'd go to. He'd take a quick nap and fall asleep on top of the boxes that he had to deliver. And after he took his nap, then he would deliver the boxes. He wouldn't deliver the boxes first, because then he'd know no one would let him stay there to nap. It was crazy. I mean, it was funny the first time, but then you realize this was this guy's life plan. And it was funny the first week, the second week, but 7 years goes by and this guy's still doing the exact same thing every fucking time. Oh my God. That's when I knew that we used FedEx to send cash, not UPS, for exactly this reason. The FedEx trucks were not union trucks. The FedEx trucks were owned by people, and the more miles they put on it, the more visits they made, the more money they made. So it was 100% in their best interest to get done as quickly as possible. Whereas the UPS, it was 100% in their best interest to do as little as possible because their system was already set up supposedly to be challenging. And, they thought that they already had enough, bonuses or built in to be sure that what was happening would never happen, that there would never be a reason for their employees to be so overwhelmed or so far ahead that they're going to just fall asleep in the middle of the day. But they figured it out. They figured it out. Kronos is having the unhappy birthday. Oh, unbirthday. Jedi Bill says, brother and sisters, yes. Welcome to the land of Corona. Daniel's Hot Topics says, Kapla, New Year's bird. Happy New Year, bird. Hope 2024 will be much better than 2023. I agree, Daniel. Happy New Year. And I agree. I hope 2024 will prevail. Kronos says, can I switch to vodka now? Please do. Please do, Kronos. Kronos says, hey to Daniel. So says, hey, back to Kronos. Scratch and sniff tickets. Kronos wants scratch and sniff tickets. No, that link is not to scratch and sniff tickets. That link is to get the Jackpocket app for anyone interested in buying lottery tickets. Doesn't Mama Pray have a New Year's Day Talo Pray?
I wish I did.
She does not. She says she's sorry. She wishes she did. Kronos says a Mama Pray Talo Pray would be hot.
Mama Pray still recuperating.
Mama Pray still recuperating. Jedi Bill says, hey, bird, besides New Year's Day, what are hidden holidays today? We'll get to them in a few minutes, Bill. Nemesis of Eden says, Kapla, I hope you're doing amazing today. Thank you, Nemesis of Eden. Kronos says, hey, Nemesis. And Kronos says, can Bill sing something? Bill can sing anything he wants, any place he wants, but you're not going to be able to hear it on this stream. Nemesis of Eden says, Hail Kronos, I hope you're doing well today. Kronos is well, and he switched to vodka. Jedi Bill says, did you do Wordle and Vertle? I did Vertle, Jedi Bill. I did Vertle this morning. I figure we'll do Wordle. We'll do Wordle in a few minutes. In fact, if anybody wants to put in a 5-letter word for Wordle, I will pick one and get started with Wordle. Nemesis of Eden says, just at work, wasting my time. Kronos has never had that. Bronchitis, yes, several times. Nemesis of Eden says, ain't nobody got time for that, Kronos. What? Ain't nobody got time for pneumonia? Hey, Alexander. Welcome, Alexander, to the chat. Says hi, hope you're doing well. Captain Fandom Nerd says to Gorilla, Resolute Germ, thank you for the birthday wishes. Chrono says nobody should have any of that. Ask Alex. Captain Nemesis of Eden says, wait, an unbirthday, so you're a lich. Uh-oh. And Chrono says, no, 7 of 9 here. Gorilla says, no problem, Captain. Or says, or Topal. Nemesis of Eden says, hail, Gorilla's random thoughts. Hope you're doing well today, buddy. Remember that stupid actor? He used to say, buddy. Is that Carrot Top? Or is that the other guy I used to think was Carrot Top, but didn't have red hair? He had curly hair, but not red hair. He was like the guy who, what was that, in Encino Man? Or Kronos is singing on top of Old Smoky, all covered with cheese. Power naps are a good thing, just not while driving. I took a wrong turn into that song. DJ Play Nice says it's good work if you can get it. And as Frank Sinatra says, you can get it if you try. Taylor Swift greater than Star Wars and MCU puts in 3 sassy emojis. Thank you for a gifted membership. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Taylor Swift. Greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU. And Crow says, I don't hate the MCU. Well, some of it. Merry New Year's. Is Bird just ranting or drifting? I'm just trying to get through the chat so then we can get to some Wordle and some whatnots. Chrono says, I'll see that movie eventually. Daniel says, Deadpool 3 comes out in 6 months. We're getting closer. 6 months? Jesus fucking Christ. That's a year away. 6 months is a year away. The Earth will be on the opposite side of the sun. Crazy. 6 fucking months. Oh my God. Crow says, and Dune 2. I guess that's also 6 months away. Crow says, you want to get my liver annoyed. Now, I don't want to piss off your liver. It is what it is. Chrono says, boo. Mom will pray and think of something. Was she sick? Yes, Chronos. Mom will pray is still sick. That's the problem. Mom will pray needs to rest up. Chrono says, fly me to the moon. Let me swing among the stars. Let me see what life is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, please be kind. I think that's it. Pop Culture Curator says, hail, the Nemesis of Eden and Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Jedi Bill says, Happy New Year to Daniel's Hot Topics. And Tim Christ says cheat. Cheat is the 5-letter word for Wordle today. Rono says Bill is singing. Mr. Lundell says quick. That's his 5-letter Wordle. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and go to January 1st, 2024. Give it a second to come on. There we go. Play. Let's see. So quick. Oh, that was. I got us the U, but that wasn't. It was cheat. Tim Christ. CHEATO. We already know the C. We already know the C isn't there. Okay, whatever. So we got the U and the A in the right spot. Let's see. SU. Let's see. File. Soup. SUPAAL. SUFAR. SUFAD. SUFAC. SUFAD. SUFAD. Pauly Shore. Yes, that was, I still do mix up Carrot Top and Pauly Shore all the time. I think they're the same actor. Let's see. LUGAR. How is that not a word? Luger is a word. It has to be. Logan, Lugan, Lugus, Lupas, a loofah, Figured there was two F's. Luna. Damn it. Okay, so there's an L. There's an L somewhere. But not the first. So the L is either XULA. Could be either place. Could be both places. Let's see. Could be that. What would be the first? Woolly, roulette, yale, ole, delay, ole, delay, chile, sole, vole, bulle, mole. Mole, gully. Okay. Well, this is it. It's beat me. It's not penis, Yvette. Bird can bring some Sinatra. Somebody's probably got the right answer. That's a lot of booze, says Kronos. Pop culture curious, I hope you're doing well. Yvette. Taylor Swift puts in a lot of booze. Yes, I see.
I'll be back in.
Oh, right.
I'm going out. I'll be back in.
You'll be back in.
I have faith in you. You'll be able to get it.
Your faith.
I have faith in you.
See, now that's a clue.
No, that wasn't a clue.
Oh.
If you want a clue, I'll give you a clue. But that wasn't it.
Oh, okay.
Mama's living.
And now that was a clue, but let's see, this makes it all the more confusing. Kronos is Lowell cheat. Tim Christ is lolling. Kronos is bird. It's synonymous with cheat. Hakeem says Happy New Year's, bird, and chat. Tim Chris says Sudan. Sudan. Sci-Fi Nation says sugar. Sugar? Oh, we know there's an L. We know there's an L. But, and we know there's no S. We know there's no S. It's spelled Luger. Carrot Top is a ginger. I know. Kronos is 4 soulless bastards. It's never lupus, says Resolute Germ, who's quoting Dr. House. Doofus, Tim Chris says doofus. No, it's got to be an L. There's got to be an L, and there's no S. Last son of K says, okay to Dr. House, MD. Corona says, I need more vodka. Oh, God. Kronos, I think it's time for the intervention. You let me know, Kronos. Supal is not a word. No. Bacon is not the word. Tim Chris is God, dude. There aren't even close to the same act. You know, there are some times that my brain doesn't understand that they're two different actors. Okay? Pauly Shore and Carrot Top. There's also, what's his face? The guy from Meet the Fockers, and you know the father from Meet the Fockers, the old guy, and the the other guy who also plays a who also plays a gangster. Not Capone. You have to. Robert De Niro and the other guy with a similar sounding name. I always confuse them as well. Jedi Bill is saying lunar, Lunar, except we know if there's no N. We know there's no N. Xenon. No. Tim Chris. No. Mike Richards is Gulag. Nope. Wait, is it? Maybe. Maybe. No. No, it's not Gulag. But we know the L is at the end. We know the L is at the end. Tim Chris says Amine. Holy mole, says Kronos. Resolute Germs is rural. No, it's not rural, but at least we've got, it's a mural. Mural. Wow, that was not great, guys. That was not great. Um, Gulag makes sense, says Kronos. Jedi Bill says, love you to Mama Pray. Dan Van says, several YouTubers I follow today have gone live, but never got notifications. Sorry to hear that, Dan Van. Kronos says, I don't ever trust notifications. Kronos says, Bird is intervening me. Well, if you want to be intervened. Dan Van says, I can get YouTube on my TV in two different ways. One is streaming it from my phone onto the screen. The second is the satellite TV menu. There's a button to YouTube TV app. I like to go directly from the TV. I don't like to stream via the phone. Kronos is trying to make up for lost time. Yes, Robert De Niro and the other guy. No, not Ben Stiller. Robert De Niro and did he play Al Capone? Maybe somewhere? Or is his initials just the same? Does he sound like Capone? I don't know. He's the other guy. He's another. They're friends. I think they're friends in real life. Al Pacino. Robert De Niro and Al Pacino for 30 years. 30 years of my life, I didn't realize they were two different actors. I honestly I know they don't look the same, they don't sound the same, but for whatever reason, it took a really long time for me to realize, hey, these are actually two different people. Kim says, Bird, you're killing me. Lol, I don't, I'm just being honest. I'm just trying to be honest. No, Joe Pesci is obviously much, much shorter.
Okay. I've come to life.
Mama Bray has come to life.
Life, you know.
You woke up.
I woke, yeah.
Mama Bray is awake.
I do have a very short tail.
Oh, well, Kronos, you're in luck. Mama Bray has a short tail.
I'm sure. I really don't have any tail. But I have a short story.
A short story, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you don't have a tail.
No, I don't have a tail. Maybe
I was
one.
gonna say. So, Mama Bray, please.
Oh, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope the new year is going well for everyone and continues so. And if it's not going well, I hope it stops and gets well. Anyway, this is really one of those things that happen that they come out of the blue. Of course, my memory is going. Wait, Bert is trying to get me an earpiece, something to put in my ear so I can hear.
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
There's nothing to hear.
Oh, there's nothing to hear. Okay, good. Okay, anyway, the other day, day before yesterday, in fact, it was at night, I was getting ready to close down the computer and go to sleep, and I just started looking at Facebook, and one of the groups, one of the Brooklyn groups, in the neighborhood where I was born, and my father had owned a bar for quite a while. In this group, a woman posted, she was asking what high schools were in the area of a certain area in 1940s. She was trying to find her father's yearbook, and her father had passed away. Well, I looked at her name and I laughed. I recognized her last name immediately, though I didn't know her. I answered telling her to try this certain high school, and because the zoning was much different in the 1940s than it was today. And then I went on and I addressed her by her first name, and I said, "Are you the baby that Skippy delivered in the driveway?" And she wrote back, "LOL, yes, I am." You know, she didn't know me. And I laughed and I wrote, she said, "My Uncle Skippy delivered me in my driveway." So I wrote back, I said, "Yes, I remember that day." Now, I just mentioned my father owned a bar, you know, in the neighborhood. And that day, now Skippy was her uncle, but he was a good friend of my mother and father's and my stepmother and father's, and basically the whole family. My sister, my younger sister, who passed on very young, was best friends with Skippy's daughter. Her son is still one of my Facebook friends. But anyway, I typed into this woman, I said, "I remember that day very clearly. Skippy came into the bar shaking, and all he could keep saying was, 'I just delivered so-and-so's baby. I just delivered so-and-so's baby.'" So-and-so was her mother and Skippy's sister-in-law. She was married to Skippy's brother. And I just remember he really was not a big drinker, but he just sat at the bar drinking shot after shot till he calmed down. I mean, out of nowhere, then this woman wrote back, she said, yes, she says, "I'll be 52 in January." So I wrote back to her, I said, "I knew your whole family. They're all very nice people." I was 20 when this happened, but as soon as I saw her last name, guys, I just knew it had to be that baby that was delivered in the driveway. His brother was working, couldn't get home. Skippy went to take his sister-in-law to the hospital. They only made it out the front door into the driveway. And bingo, she had the baby. But you meet people, and I usually don't even answer things in groups, but just something made me think that this was the right person. And sure enough, it was. It was just funny. Yeah. She thanked me for saying nice things about her family. And we just laughed. That was it. But it was just a little strange thing that happens. God only knows when.
Who would have thought at the time
Yeah.
that you would ever come back and have any way of talking to this woman?
Right. But I mean, it was 52 years ago. And I mean, I can still remember his look on his face and the shaking. And wow, I can't believe it's 52 years. And you know, guys, I think next year I'm going to get younger. I'm not heading for 73. I think next year we'll go back to 71. So don't anybody remind me come next December if I say I'm 71. Don't correct me. It's not Alzheimer's. It's on purpose. Everybody enjoy.
Thank you, Mom. So as you can see, guys, everything's fine here, and Mama Prey is in no way crazy and choosing to follow the random laws of aging. Um, yes, Al Pacino. Al Pacino. Last Son of K says it's okay, Dan Ben. Both have acted, and I've switched the names myself. Chrono says Al kicked De Niro's butt. Stanley says Think Heat was the first movie they had a scene together. Ms. Lundell says, how in God's name do you get Pacino and De Niro mixed up? One is a hack. The other is a vile, worthless creature. Mama Bray says, because they both have 3 syllables in their last name. Stanley says both were in Godfather 2, but De Niro played the young Don Corleone in a flashback, so they didn't act together. And Chrono says, yay, baby. Yay, Mama Bray 5-tail. Last Son of K says, sorry, Dan, I hit the wrong emoji. I meant to laugh, but wasn't picking on you. Chrono says, it's a belated Christmas present. Cheers. Sci-Fi Nation says, good to hear you, Mama Pray. You sound like you're doing good. She's definitely improved. But she's still, in the mornings, she still has pretty painful sinus issues. Kronos is Beastie Boys. No sleep till Brooklyn. Kronos is Skippy is a good name. Skippy was a good guy. Yeah, he was a really good guy. You can deliver babies. Yeah, you can deliver lots of things. You can deliver pizza. You can deliver Chinese food. And you can deliver babies. Gorilla is Random Thoughts. Says, thanks for the story, Mama Pray. Stan Lee says, Kronos, home of ODB. Kronos says, Skippy, hang on. Stanley says he liked it raw, which is probably why he liked a dozen kids. Wait, what? Who are we talking about? Stanley says like it raw and didn't like pulling out. Oh, that's Snoopy. Snoop? What? Oh, that's sloppy. Sloopy? I don't know what the hell's going on here. Sci-Fi Nation says my grandma was 39 and holding. It works. And Kronos wants to get younger too. Stanley says, why stop there? And probably pass for 65. Kronos says she awesomely insane in the membrane. Last Son K says the Reagans used to celebrate the anniversary of his 49th birthday on his birthday. Call your age whatever you want. And Kronos says, thank you to Mama Pray. Sci-Fi Nation says the same way you get Carrot Top and Pauly Shore mixed up. Just kidding. I love you, Bird. I mean, it's not, I do. I literally get them mixed up. It's not a joke. Bruno says Carrot Top is better. I don't know about that. Dan Ben says TV shows with the name good in the title, which can get confusing. I don't think any of them are related, and they're probably not good either. Chrono says Griffin is just a joke, not a joker. Last Son of K says, this isn't hard, Stan Lee. They both suck. Kronos likes Carlin and likes William. Dangerfield. Help me out here, Kronos. You're not getting any respect, Kronos. Sci-Fi Nation says Carlin, Pryor, Kinson were top 3 comics ever. No old dirty bastard, Wu-Tang. Pryor, yeah. Pryor. Mike Richards says I can deliver an unending line of bullshit. Kronos is sure he's forgetting some people. Daniel's Hot Topics says Superman Legacy is going to suck if DCEU failed. What chance does James Gunn have? The Random Menace, Kapla Random Menace, says, but can you deliver a liver or deliver? Deliver means of removing the liver. Anyway, Happy New Year. Mine started with video riding to the vet. One of my cats had kidney inflammation. Back home, short 250 euros. I'm sorry to hear that, Random Menace. I'm happy your cat, I assume got the medication it needed for its kidneys. Daniel's Hot Topic says it will be a plane crash and train wreck ×2. A movie. Sorry. Random Menace says sorry for the typos. No worry. Jedi Bill says Happy New Year in the future. Random Menace. Cronos says no respect. RESPECT. Antiderivative Jill says hello. Antiderivative Jill. Kronos is unsubbing the world. Kronos says, do Klingons like triangles? Well, we don't dislike triangles. So today's the day that copyrights have expired, officially expired, and as Elihu who posted on his YouTube channel earlier today, the official Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie cartoon is now open to public domain. You can watch it. You can watch it, you can play it, you can do whatever you want with it, and they can't do nothing about it because copyright. Now, in the past, Disney managed to get the copyright law changed so that this guy, which is, Mickey Mouse, would never see the light of day. But in recent years, understand, for decades and decades and decades, Disney have been given money to enough politicians on both sides of the aisle that it was a foregone conclusion this day would seemingly never happen. Little did they realize that we would get to a point that things would get so toxic that everybody in Congress had to pick a side. And you're either Team Disney or not Team Disney. And if you weren't Team Disney, then everything you did, you had to vote against. Even if Disney was going to give you money to vote for the issue, you couldn't take it, couldn't accept it. You would be torn apart by your own side. So I kind of looked at this as this kind of blew up in Disney's face. They helped get us to a place so toxic that they couldn't even get their own copyright extended. And now, we're seeing the first, not the last, but the first of the epic copyright fallouts. Also this year, Winnie the Pooh, apparently, also done for. But it's we're not going to watch the whole thing because it's 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes. It's way too long. But we can watch a minute or two of it while I talk, because they can't do anything about it. They can't do anything about it. Anyway. Okay. Officially, January holidays for January 1st. 30 holidays. Apple Gifting Day. Really? January 1st is your Apple Gifting Day. It's Hangover Day. I believe that. Bonzer Bottler Day. I have no idea. It's Commitment Day. What promises have you made? It's time to make them binding. That doesn't seem, January 1st doesn't seem like Commitment Day. I don't know. Copyright Law Day. Let's celebrate the sets of laws that ensures our creations are not misappropriated. That seems like a stupid day. Ellis Island Day. Celebrate the monumental contribution of immigrants to the development of the United States. Okay. The ones that came through Ellis Island, you mean? It's Euro Day. Let's celebrate one of the world's most valuable currencies, along with the new year, of course. I don't think anybody cares. First Foot Day. Observe the custom of first footing. Be the first to step foot in your home. What? I don't know. It's Global Family Day. Did you know that Global Family Day is an essential step towards world peace? I beg to differ. Uh-oh. It's Haitian Independence Day. Come along with us as we travel back in time to pre-colonial Haiti. I don't know. I feel like there are some countries that you don't want to remind people of before. International Public Domain Day. When the copyright to an artwork ends, it becomes property of the public. That's the type of public domain day holiday we need. National Bloody Mary Day. Famous cocktail consists of vodka, tomato sauce, lemon juice, Worcester, cayenne, and salt. Worcestershire. What the Worcestershire? It looks like Worcestershire. Worcester.
And it's tomato sauce, not tomato juice.
It says tomato juice.
Juice.
Yeah. Did I say sauce? Lemon juice. I don't know. Tomato juice. Lemon juice. It's National Hangover Day. National Shepherd Day. National Thank God It's Monday Day. Nobody thanks God it's Monday. It's New Year's Day. It's New Year's dishonor list. Today, words and phrases that have become overused are voted for removal from the English language. Polar Bear Plunge Day. Ring a Bell Day. Dive in to discover more about this holiday and quite literally ring a bell. The Rose Bowl, the Solemnity of Mary, Sudan Independence, Tournament of Roses Parade, Triumph of the Revolution, raise your Cuban flags to show Marxism as we celebrate this historic day. What the fuck? Goddamn commies. It's the World Day of Peace. Light your candles in the hopes we celebrate the planet's most sought after thing, peace. And finally, it's Z Day. For a change to honor the alphabet, arrow for a change and to honor the alphabet, allow the letter Z to come first. And that is the letter Z. It is certainly not the number 7. There's just a poorly centered letter Z. So I remember, I don't remember if it was high school or, yeah, it had to be high school. High school, we got this, we had this school project. We had an English class and we had a project, and it was to, it wasn't, right, this was not a particularly difficult thing, but we had to pick, let's say, I don't know if it was 10 or 15 or 20. Let's say it was 10 words. They were 10 words that had to be related. There were 10 words. The only thing was they had to be related in some way. And for whatever reason, this caused, because they were supposed to be words that you didn't know. So it's like, how do you find words that you don't know? How do you find out 10 words you don't know if you don't know those words exist? And those words all had to be related. So, like, the teacher gave an example, like, okay, sports. And, she would, or he, honestly, I forget who. I forget which teacher it even was. I think it was a she. Virtually all my English teachers were she's. So she gave examples, sports words. Okay, maybe I could believe somebody didn't know what these words meant. Although, to be honest, even I, who was not at all a sports fan in the slightest, thought that was stupid, because even I knew what most of the words meant, even if I wasn't 100% sure. But I guess if you had to look it up, it was close enough. Anyway, the point was, when it got to me, and I had forgotten somehow to pick my words ahead of time. It was just so ridiculous. I was like, they can't mean what they mean. So I just kind of ignore it. And then it pops up. I'm like, oh shit. I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no, how am I going to pick 10 words or whatever, 20 words I've never heard of, but that are related to something? And that was it. It was so easy. Like, holy shit. I'll just pick Z words. All I have to do is go to the fucking dictionary, which was paper at the time, open to Z, read the words, and pick the fucking first 10 words I'd never heard of, which was not difficult. 3 pages in, I had 20 fucking words I had never heard of. So not only did I have plenty of words, I didn't have to even pick the long ones. I picked the shorter ones. So I didn't have to fucking write out 15 letters. I could write out 5, 6 letter words. All of them started with Z. So I titled it Z Words and ended it with a Z. Z Words. And the teacher thought it was the fucking greatest thing she ever fucking saw. It's like, oh my God, like Z Words. This is one of the most original things I've ever heard of. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's a shame, because I did it. I didn't dare tell her. I'm thinking to myself, really? Because I just picked Z Words because it was the easiest fucking thing I could imagine. And it required no effort. No effort. She's like, no, Z Words, those are wonderful. Like, it's like everybody is going to remember these words.
It's got its own day.
And now it has its own day. Yes, I'm afraid. So they don't know when it started, but it started way back in 1995 in Edward R. Murrow High School in Brooklyn, New York. Z words. Kronos says, is this turning on the Genesis device? Daniel's Hot Topics says, so we only own Mickey Mouse in this quantum universe, which is cool. Because it's a cool universe with cool characters and love black and white. It's so retro. Stanley says Birdo Prey 5 and his Chang's eye patch bolted directly to his skull. Yes. Yes, it is. Though the bolts can come off to be cleaned. Stanley says, isn't most of the other stuff based on exiting IP, like Beauty and the Beast, Hunchback, Cinderella, Snow White, Little Mermaid? I don't know how it works. Toxicity is a song, says Kronos. Dan Ben says Lego made a Steamboat Mickey set once. It was even black and white. Dan Ben says, Bird, do you prefer green apple, red apple, or thinks there's no difference? Honestly, I only generally eat red apple, but I really don't eat apple all that often. But when I do eat apple, it's red. Maybe I should eat green. Resolute Germs is global family. Sounds communist. Indeed. Are these just made up days by the website? Says Jedi Bill. Well, they are made up, but technically somebody entered them for the website. Anti-derivative Jill says, I didn't get a hangover either. I didn't drink too much. It's probably for the best. Anti-derivative Jill says, workaholics might thank God it's Monday. I don't know. Even a workaholic as I was, I generally didn't say, thank God it's Monday. Dan Ben says Worcestershire is a county in England. And the sauce, says Kronos. And Jill is laughing. Wow, the language. Dan Ben says Worcester sauce is fermented liquid condiment invented by pharmacist John Weasley, Leah and William Henry Perrins in the city of Worcester in Worcestershire, England, during the first half of the 19th century. Yes, that was a Birdo Prey tale, Kronos. Z words. I wasn't cheating. It was just lazy. Antidote of Jail says, happy Z Day. Congrats on your low effort A. You see? Thank you. That's all. That's all I was looking for. And technically, it was an E because my high school didn't grade A, B, C, D. They graded E, G, S, and F. Excellent, good, satisfactory, fail. Croz's Bird is on OnlyFans. I don't remember the words. I'm certainly sure I knew what Zoom meant. Crows likes Honey Crisp apples. Okay. Well, I know there was a pretty big earthquake in Japan earlier. Do want to wish people there to be safe. It appears that doesn't appear that there was any major tsunami, but there it wasn't a major tsunami in Japan, but some sort of tsunami hit South Korea. Right now, the death toll is reportedly at least 6, which is tragic, but, a far cry from previous major earthquakes. Oh, that's right. In California, starting in 2024, it's now illegal if you have a large store like a Walmart or Target or even just like I don't know. But it needs to have a gender-neutral toy aisle. You can have a toy aisle for boys and girls, but you must have a gender-neutral toy aisle. Say goodbye to these refrigerators. New York State. What? Oh no! What refrigerators are they getting rid of? Next, the new year is about to bring many changes to New York State. In 2024, there'll be an increase in the minimum wage, new age limits for lifeguards, some ATV age regulations will be changed, along with a dozen other new laws. New York is quickly becoming one of the most aggressive states when it comes to going green or being more environmentally protective. There are constant rumors and worries about whether or not gas appliances will be taken away and fear about bans on grills. However, the latest Go Green stance is coming from the federal level, and it's in line with New York State's vision. Within the next 5 years, cheaper models of various appliances will be off the market, Fox News reports. Updated standards will take less efficient but cheaper models off the market, will in 30 years remove the amount of emissions generated by a combined annual emissions of 12.7 million homes. It was on Friday, before the holiday weekend, that reports started to circulate about whether President Joe Biden has in mind regarding refrigerators, freezers, and appliances. The Biden administration announced a final rule that imposes stricter energy efficiency standards for residential refrigerators, freezers, and refrigerator freezers. Promising environmental benefits. New York passes historic ban on gas appliances, stove included. The DOA adopts energy efficiency agreement for fridges, freezers. Shocking. So basically, cheap refrigerators. Cheap refrigerators are going away.
No, they went away a long time ago.
They're going to get even more expensive. They're going to get even more expensive.
I got it. We'll go back to ice box.
New York, new state laws. New state laws on hot button issues take effect. Many state laws take effect on the first day of 2024, including new rules on gun safety, a ban on diversity programs, and curb telemarketing calls. Enjoy unlimited access to the Times. Fuck you. A spate of new state laws, including guns, minimum wage, and gender transition care, went into effect as the calendar flipped to 2024. Perhaps the most significant change bans programs that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion at publicly funded colleges and universities in Texas. God damn it, I thought this was for New York. Conservative politicians have targeted diversity initiatives known as DEI because they have said the programs use taxpayer money to stoke racial division and push a liberal agenda on campuses. The new Texas law follows a similar one that Florida enacted in May to prohibit public colleges and universities from spending funds on DEI initiatives. Meanwhile, in New York, you got to pay more to fucking get a fucking refrigerator and fucking $30 an hour minimum pay for to get your food delivered. Californians will be barred from carrying guns in most public places after an 11th hour ruling from a federal appeals court. That'll get overturned. A lower court judge had blocked enforcement of the law earlier in December, but 2 days before it was set to take effect, the appeals court put a hold on the ruling. The law lists more than 24 locations, including libraries and sports venues, where firearms are prohibited. Why would you need to prohibit a firearm from a library. But the books are going to take a bullet. Probably the safest place to fire a gun is a library. Well, first a gun range, then a library. But there's more books than people. Yeah, but the books are on shelves, which is the, most likely place a bullet would go through. Haven't you ever seen Mythbusters? The books block the bullets. Next month, a red flag law will take effect in Michigan, which is adding more expansive background checks and safe gun storage law in homes where a child is present. That sounds like a violation of my privacy. Washington is expanding its 10-day waiting period to purchase of any gun, not only semi-automatic weapons. Gun buyers will have to show that they have passed a safety training program within the last 5 years. No. How about, here's the thing. Do I have to show I have to pass a test to vote? If I don't have to pass a test to vote, I don't have to pass a test to own a gun. They are both Bill of Rights. Bill of Rights rights. Illinois is banning high-powered semi-automatic rifles and high-capacity magazines that nobody uses to kill anybody in Illinois. 99% of deaths by gun in Illinois are handguns, not rifles. Yes. 22 states are raising their minimum wages. Bidenomics. So much goodbye to your dollar menus. Oh, is it $2? Well, the cheapest thing on your dollar menu is about to be $6. For Alabamans, employee hours over 40 in a week will no longer be included in gross income, effectively exempting overtime pay from state taxes. Why would they do that? It will be harder to get fired in California. Employees with few exemptions can't be punished for using marijuana outside of work, or if traces of THC show up in their blood or urine tests. They also cannot face retaliation for discussing their wages. Hold on a minute, guys. Sorry, guys, that was my aunt and uncle. And Justin T, a member, a 2 month friend of Karoga. Kapla, Justin T. Thank you. I can't tell if you resubbed or if you sent a message. I don't see a message though. So I think you just resubbed. Anyway, for California, I remember, I'll do that another day. In Arkansas, unemployment claims will be denied to anyone who fails to respond to a job offer or show up for a scheduled job interview. Yeah. Public safety. Two notable laws in California aim to increase equity. Law enforcement officers must inform drivers why they have been stopped before they begin any questioning. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Honestly, I am literally okay with that. The reasoning is that black motorists get pulled over at higher rates. The new requirement is intended to deter officers from using traffic stops as a means to search vehicles or investigate drivers for other crimes. Now, this one I'm a little less sure of. The California Highway Patrol will launch the emergency system called Ebony Alerts to notify the public when there are missing black children and women between the ages of 18 and 25. Proponents say that young black residents comprise a disproportionate share of people who go missing and that their cases receive less attention in the media. Well, wouldn't it be nice if we had something that, I don't know, worked for all children? White, black, Asian, Hispanic, Native American, whatever. Okay? And I can guarantee you that there is nowhere in the Amber Alerts that it says, don't use for black people. So why not just make sure everything goes through the existing Amber Alerts system? And in Pennsylvania, new laws will add protections for female inmates. The state is banning the shackling and solitary confinement of pregnant, incarcerated women and full body searches of female inmates by male guards. Well, why were they even having male guards do searches of female inmates to begin with? You know what? Let's head over to Dear Bob. I'll check the chat first. Dementia Joe signs the name in crayon. DJ Play Nice has got to go. Take care, DJ Play Nice. Mike Richards says, don't take away my gas refrigerator. They have those. I'm told they do. Grooming is now mandatory by law in California. Yvette says it's phonetically Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Bruno says New York sucks. It does.
I wish there was a way to leave it.
I do too.
I'll put you right hand, okay?
Yes. Bruno says, talk about, no. Al Gore is a douche nozzle. Bruno says the New York slime is a rag. Bird likes to say fuck a lot. Sir, fuck a lot. Janice Hot Topics says, I hope we have another 30 years ahead of us. I hope we have another 50 years. According to Salty, the end is near. Daniel, Salty has no idea when the end is. And in fact, I'm pretty sure he has said it specifically that no man can possibly know when the end is. So don't worry. And I can promise you, I'm not lucky enough. I'm not lucky enough to make it to the end. So I won't be around forever, Daniel. But while I'm here, for sure, it's not the end. Last on the case says more gun laws. That's all the libtards say. More gun laws. You know who doesn't give a crap about gun laws? Criminals. I gotta be honest. It's true. Like if you don't understand why do you think more gun laws? Okay. The same people who said, fuck it, we better just give up on making marijuana laws because it's clear we're never going to win the war on drugs. They decided, but you know what we are going to win the war on? We're going to win the war on guns. But we're going to do it with the same laws that we lost the war on drugs to. But at least the war on guns, there's a fucking entire constitutional amendment that says Congress will not fucking start a war on drugs. Will not start a war on guns. Whereas drugs were completely illegal and remain completely illegal in the federal law, under federal law. It makes no sense. Kronos' Subway subs used to be $5. Yeah, $5 footlongs. Resolute Germs' minimum wage here is now $16.28. Rent is also around $1,500. And milk is $4. I was gonna say, I doubt you can find a $4 MILF. Last Sunday cases, where are the $4 MILFs? Daniel says, I like Chinese food and ground beef with garlic. Kronos says, bird is literally literal. Gorilla's Man of Thought says, plays clip, quit breaking the law, asshole. Kronos says, what about the white children? Better they don't get kidnapped. Stay out of the park. Don't get kidnapped. There's no ebony alerts for white kids. FKHC 2005 Kapla. Oh, somebody hung Epstein. He didn't hang himself. Miss Londell says only Jehovah's Witnesses play the day and the date. The world's gonna gain. The world's gonna end game. Chrono says, I hope it's a happy ending. Birdie's got a gun. Okay. So anyway, we got some deer bops here. And then, it's been a long one. Oh, man, another deer bop. We're going to do these and then we're going to get going. Dear Bop, can you help me understand if this is right or wrong for people to do one day? Can humans make babies in space? Is it right or wrong? Listen, Daniel. Excuse me. I don't know who wrote this. I saw the word details, and I read it as Daniel. I don't know who wrote this, but I think it's. Listen, it's going to happen. We've already got. Oh, I was looking for some cuddlers. We've already got space tourism, so it is. If it hasn't happened already, I think within the next 2 years, 2 to 5. You know what? Anytime between now and within 5 years, might as well. I mean, why cut myself short? Within 5 years, I think we will find out somebody will have been conceived in space. Somebody will have been conceived in space. And by space, of course, we all mean low Earth orbit, which really isn't space, but it's just, it feels like you're in space because it'll be in weightlessness. But the fact is, they will not have been in space long enough to have any practical, if somebody got pregnant, like in For All Mankind, and was in space or a planet for the vast majority of the time, that's something. Okay. If somebody just flies up, they get to 0G, they do the nasty, and then they land later that day back in the water. That really doesn't count. That's just the 5 Mile High Club. Dear Bob, when going to town on a woman, is it better to use a Cherry Halls or original? Okay. This came up earlier in the underground. And, well, I didn't really chime in. I'm glad I'm going to get an opportunity. You shouldn't need any halls. Now, I understand, don't get me wrong, I understand that introducing a halls to that experience can make it exciting for the woman. And to that extent, good, whatever. But the way it was presented was that the halls was necessary to take the taste away. And let me tell you, I do not have a lot of experience in this subject, but I have some. Okay. And if you need a halls to be able to do it, you picked poorly, my friend. You picked poorly. Just the fuck like that fucking knight from Indiana Jones and the Final Crusade. You picked poorly. Because if you picked the right woman, you don't need nothing. You don't need nothing but a fucking bib. You don't need a lemon. You don't need a Halls. You don't need Chinese mustard. I don't know, whatever the fuck you might think of. No, it's perfect just the way it is. There's no smell. There's no odor. There's no taste. It's just water. It's liquid. Liquid. It's fine. It's nice. It's like fucking maybe, Niagara Falls, but it's clear. There's no smell. It's good. If you get a smell, leave. That's it. Get the smell. You go up and you never go back down. You never go back. You can do other things. You never go back. That's it. Fuck the halls. No, you don't need halls. Anyway. Dear Bob, what did you want to be when you grew up? All types of things. All types of things. When I was wanted to be an astronaut. I wanted to be before I realized how jobs, paid differently. I wanted to be a car washer, and not not like a super fancy car washer. I just wanted to be one of those often people who didn't speak English that were just, washing your car at the car wash. An automated car wash used to get in your car and they used to drive your car through the car wash for you. And then at the end, they would wash like the outside of your car or the inside of your car. And that's what I wanted to do. I like to wash cars. So I wanted to be a car wash. Later on, as years went on, I wanted to get into electronics and engineering because I saw Dad O'Prey building circuit boards and stuff for his games. And even in college, I was on the fence. I was a little on the fence about if I would ultimately major in engineering or major in some type of English. But I ended up going engineering. So that was ironic when my college yearbook had fucked up and they listed me as an English major instead of an engineering major. And I know why, because they asked, what was your major? And at Hofstra University, ENGG was the 4-letter code for engineering. However, it is a very small engineering program. And whatever fuckwit was reading the codes and entering it to the yearbook, they were no doubt probably an English major. They were certainly not an engineering major. So they saw ENGG and thought, oh, this idiot misspelt English, and no doubt marked me as an English major instead of an engineering major. Last Thunder K says Bird wanted to sit in front of Home Depot and be picked up to do a day job. Exactly. Dear Bob, roses are red, Violets are blue. Everybody loves you. Ah, well, thank you. Hey, it rhymed. It rhymed. It rhymed. There was other thing I wanted to be. Oh no, not me. Growing up, I used to play games. I always used to be like a business major. I wanted to be. I always wanted to be the big rich business type. Like we'd play and we'd pretend that I was a millionaire or a billionaire. Oh, okay. So the other thing I always wanted to be, and this is legit, I always wanted to be the hero. I always wanted to be the hero. Like I would have this recurring fantasy that my class, like in my elementary school, there was like our class was always the same class, whether it was third grade or fourth grade or fifth grade. It was always the same kids. That somehow we were all on a small plane. Now the plane didn't crash, but it ran out of fuel, and the pilots landed it in the dark, in the middle of the night, and they were lost, and they didn't know where they were. And I would come out of the plane, and I would look around, and I'd recognize, oh shit, I know where we are. And we just happened to be in Caroga. So my recurring fantasy was that the plane landed in Caroga, but nobody else knew where it was but me. And I knew how to get to the house and how to get into the house, and I saved everybody. And yay! And the whole class was like, let's hear it for Berto Prey. 5. And I said, yeah, guys, come in, enjoy the house. And everybody, we take over the house, and we'd call our parents, and they would all come up and find everybody. And like the pilots would be like thanking me. I'd be on the news. Like, they surely would have died being eaten by bears in the forest or something like that. But that's when one of the students recognized where he was. Take the microphone. Yeah, Pat, well, you see, it was dark, it was cold at night, but I looked at that mountain, and I said, that mountain looks familiar. And that looks like Joey and Diana Mountain. That's the name of the mountain that my grandfather named it. It was me and my sister. And I was like, well, if that's Joey and Diana Mountain, that would mean the house has to be right over there. So we crossed the street, and we're going through. I led the whole class through the woods, and there it was the cabin. And I knew we could get in. Huh?
I said that wasn't a cabin. The house wasn't a cabin.
The house is a cabin. I don't know what. This is my fantasy, my friend.
Your fantasy house.
I knew how we'd get in, and we had the fireplace. We had wood for the fireplace, and the fireplace. No one else knew how to set a fire. I was the only one who could set a fire, because even these pilots, so-called pilots, they didn't know what they were doing. So I had to teach them how to make a fire in the fireplace, and it saved us. I saved us all from certain death. That's what I wanted to do when I grew up. I wanted to be a fucking hero. Ever take a drama class? I took a screen. I took a class where we had to write plays, and then we kind of. It wasn't technically a drama class, but we did have to we had to act in the play for like when somebody else in the class. You didn't act in your own play, but you would act in other people's plays. And I'll be honest, they asked me. That was another class where I entered an award-winning script, and they asked me to come back and go on to resubmit the script for a bigger award. But I had said at that point, I was like, no. I was like, sorry, I've decided to go engineering. I don't have time for English anymore. I thanked them, but that was it. Bird probably crashed the plane, says Kronos. Well, no, I didn't crash the plane. I don't know how it would always crash, but I was always just lucky. JP says, help, I'm being repressed. Anyway, guys, I think that's enough for today. Thank you all for hanging out. One more, dear Bob. How many different names for boobs can you think of? Oh, I'm sure there's no shortage. Boobs, jugs, the ones with the T. In fact, a lot of ones with T's.
Like Charlie's favorite, boobies.
Charlie's favorite, boobies. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. With it, we're gonna call it a night. Kapla all. Bird out.